Good morning and welcome to your Multifamily 5x5 for the week of March 1st, 2010. I'm Heather Bloom, your host here on Behind the Leasing Desk's weekly web show where we give you 5 topics in 5 minutes to kick off your week with some great energy. So let's get started. We're going to start talking about resident retention and marketing, all done in one event. It's so fabulous, a spring kite festival. This can be something that your community is known for within the larger community around you. It can be a signature event that you're known for every year. Kite festivals are a great way to get people involved because there's something just absolutely freeing about flying a kite. So if you have open space near your community, this is a great idea for you. You can do a kite fly-off. You can do lessons with an experienced instructor. You can do kite making and decorating, or of course there's also the delicious and fun kite cookie decorating. Or you can actually bring in an experienced stunt kite flyer to do an expo for you with the different kites that they have. If you don't think you have anybody in your area, you're probably wrong. Ask around. Usually there's at least one stunt kite nut in every small town, so there's several in larger towns. And if you're in the Kansas City area, I can point you in the right direction. Check the links at the bottom of the screen for more information and more ideas for your team and ways that they can use this idea. Next up, we've got social media, talking about personality. Social media is basically comprised of 2 things, personality and content. If you have a friend and all they do is tell you how much something costs over and over and over again, how long are you going to hang around that friend? Well, your Twitter stream and your Facebook fan page are much the same way. People will block you and they will just ignore you if all you're ever doing is sending out your hot sheet or your available units list. It's not a good way to get people in. It's not a good way to engage. Remember, we're relationship building. So put out content out there that you'd want to talk about with people around you. Faithful to fair housing. I was recently called out on an idea that I had to tie weight loss goals, because a lot of people make them, to concessions as a January incentive with New Year's resolutions. I was told that this is a lawsuit waiting to happen by someone who wrote into a place where I was published this article at, and that it violated fair housing. It does not violate fair housing. After checking with several industry experts, this is not a fair housing violation, and here's the reason why. It's the same thing as having a preferred employer discount or special discounts for people who work in service jobs. Not everybody qualifies, but you're allowed to have those discounts. It's not fair housing violation. Next up, we're going to talk about employee engagement. A great way, great idea came from Rose Manos, who happens to be February's Behind the Leasing Desk Right On Ribbon Award recipient. She is in the Seattle area. She's with Indigo Management. And what she does is she tells her staff when they close a lease and the lease is signed, she gives them 4 hours of paid time off. A great motivator. Her closing ratios have stayed high even through a tough economy. Hooray to you, Rose, and thanks for sharing a great idea. Next up, notes on NAA. There is a bed bug webinar coming up, folks, and there's 2 of them. You don't want to miss them. It's only $69. It's put on through a partnership with NAA, EI, and MFI. A link to the MFI flyer is on the bottom of the screen right now. This is a fabulous opportunity, especially with so many people coming back from the Olympics in Vancouver, where they do have a serious bed bug problem. Remember, it doesn't just happen to the bad properties. Bed bugs can happen to anybody, especially a high-end property where your residents may be traveling frequently. It's not uncommon. It doesn't make you a bad property, but these folks can tell you how to handle it if it happens to you. And now the dates on those are March 16th and April 29th, and they last only 45 minutes. It's a great thing you can work into your day. Next up, I want to just mention briefly that if you want to come out and see me speak, I will be presenting an afternoon keynote in the Seattle area at the Rental Housing Association of Puget Sound's Education Expo on March 17th. Come by, say hi, enjoy the rest of the workshops and expo they have there. It's going to be a great show. Also, just a quick reminder about the BTLD deal for the optimization summits. And that coupon code that saves you $125 off your registration fee is BTLD5X5. Check it at the bottom of the screen. You've got the URL for it. Check it out. It's going to be a great experience. That wraps it up for me this week, folks, but I will be back next week and every Monday at the same BTLD time, same BTLD channel. I'm Heather Bloom, and I hope you guys have a great week.